Podcast and 1130 Entertainment presents Beyond 1130.
Yo, what it do, everybody? It's your man Dre, aka Dre on Wheels. Welcome everyone to another episode of Beyond 1130. Appreciate everyone tuning in, man. We live here on Twitch, Facebook, and also we live here on the 1130 podcast, a YouTube channel as well. Appreciate everyone once again tuning in this week. It's going to be another great show. Thank everyone for tuning in. Last week's season 2 premiere, it was great having one on. Shout out to Helen and Gator as well. But you guys, man, I got the crew back on. I got my guy Brian B and Harley. She's back as well on this week's episode of Beyond 1130. And also, one of my commission bros, Warren Marlowe, is going to be joining us here on this week's edition of Beyond 1130, man. For real, it's going to be very exciting. Once again, thank everyone for tuning in. If you're new to the podcast, if you haven't done so already, definitely hit that subscribe button down below. Like it, leave a comment, share it, and don't forget to follow the 1130 podcast on all social media platforms. All right, man. Now that's out the way. It's time for Beyond 1130, you guys, man. Like I said, man, I got some of the crew back on this week, and we're going to get right into it. My bro from another mother standing by, the host of the Beeline Entertainment LLC, Brad B. What's going on, my guy? I think your mic muted. Can you hear me?
Still doing it. 5
Yeah,
years later, we still muting the mic.
What's
good, bro?
What's going on, man? How's everything?
Good,
How's
man.
everything?
Going good, man. It's actually been a pretty good day. A little rainy and then in Georgia the last 3 days, but sometimes you enjoy it. You feel me? Relax and chill out. Starting to warm up here too. Starting to get away from the cold already.
It was
Pretty
about
cool.
60 degrees here today in DC and raining as
all right.
well. So
There we go.
it's nice. It's nice. All right, you guys, as well, like I said, joining us here on this week's episode as well. My girl Harley, she's all right here standing by. Let's bring her on. What's going on? Harley, what's going on?
Hey, y'all. So y'all got me jealous talking about 60 degrees because it is 25 degrees in Chicago and icy rain.
Oh,
but I feel great because I work from home and I never leave my house. So
There
I
you
don't
go.
even know that it be snowing outside. People are like, it's snowing outside. I'm like, for real?
Yep. You don't even know when you work from home, right?
Don't even know, man.
I feel you.
How's everyone day been and stuff like that, man?
Really
Great,
great.
man.
I got published in an article today, guys, for
Oh, okay.
an online magazine called Canvas Rebel. They published an article about myself, my mother, and our crafting company.
That's what's up. That's
Oh,
what's
wow.
up. Congratulations. Man, for sure.
Thank you.
Awesome. That's
That's
awesome.
awesome.
That's really dope. You guys, like I said, I also got another guest that's joining me on this week, or joining us on this week's edition of Beyond 1130. One of my commission bros, man, the host of Buzzing with Marlowe, my guy Warren Marlowe. Warren, what's going on, man?
Ward.
How's everything?
Hey, man, I apologize about commission talks last night, so we gotta do commission talks. It'll be on 11:30 way.
Bro.
Yeah,
Real.
I appreciate it. Once again, man. Thank everyone, man, tuning in and everyone joining me here on this week's episode of Beyond 1130, man. We gonna definitely dive into everything. I think this is Warren's first time here on Beyond 1130, man. So you ready to dive into some grown folks talk, man? You know,
Bro,
Welcome to Death Row.
judging by the show that we were just on with Brian,
Oh yeah, we just did a show a minute ago.
it should be interesting. So let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Okay, man. All right, we're gonna dive into our first topic, man. First topic. Okay, I ran into this topic a couple of weeks ago. I was debating whether I wanted to talk about it last week or this week. Okay, first topic. Why is it always men's fault? And
Just
if
talk about it.
man, whether if a relationship go south, or it just, whether you and your partner um don't come to, a sense of agreement, it seems like the blame sometimes always get point to the men, or even when the relationship ends at times though, or if a woman could be cheating, or whatever, it's always
That better
sort
not
of
be my
like
fault. If she cheating, that's my
the
fault.
man's fault.
Fucking
You
wrong
didn't
with
do something right.
My fault. You cheating,
I'm,
bitch. All right, now we gonna
Look
talk
what
about
you
that one.
made me do.
Yeah, I'm trying to tell you.
I'm gonna play this clip real quick, and we're gonna go around the table and we'll get you guys'
I'm
response real
curious.
fast.
All right.
In a relationship, the public's idea is that the man failed in some type of way. Even if she cheated, he probably wasn't paying attention to her. He wasn't attentive. He might have cheated first. The immediate assumption is he deserves it, or he didn't provide an environment for her to be her best, most optimal self. But the reverse is not the case. If he cheated, it's because he's a shitty individual, point blank, period.
Yeah.
There's no thought of where she failed or how she wasn't accommodating of him or how whatever the case may be. So it's almost like the only human in a relationship is the woman. The only person who's deserving of consideration or sympathy is the woman. And I think that's part of the reason why a lot of dudes check out, because not only do women not think we should have standards, we don't think we should have standards. We don't think we should have we blame ourselves. If her pussy not wet, it's my fault. If my dick don't get hard, it's my fault.
Without a doubt. That's true.
That is your
You want me
fault.
to listen to you, but you don't want to listen to me.
But it's still your fault.
It's still
though.
your fault.
You didn't
Yeah.
create an environment
Yeah.
for her to be attentive.
Exactly.
And this, and that.
All right. Okay, Harley, you want to go first? It seems like
I'll go first.
Say
This
something.
is actually something that I have worked on in my life. So I'm grateful to be able to be a woman that is probably going to speak against what most women do. And I'm proud to say that I have been holding other women accountable for this. Men are human. And one of the reasons, I can't speak for a lot of people, but one of the reasons I know a lot of people that I know don't see men as human is because we don't have a man around frequently enough to reference a man as a human. Most of the people that I know are raised by single mothers. And most of them have been able to see their mother go through a range of emotions. Very few of them have been able to see their fathers go through a range of emotions. And they have been left to fill those gaps with assumptions. And so because of that, they become adults who assume those very same thing about adult men. And for a long time in my life, I didn't do much assuming because I've never been a relationships type of woman. I was more one of those women that was like, catch me if you can. I'm the gingerbread man. I really don't care to be nobody's woman. But when you do catch me, I am big on just like happy spouse, happy house. Like it can't be happy wife, happy life. Like I don't want to just be happy because honestly, happy men fuck you better. So I got to make sure the man that's in my house is happy because I like a lot of sex. So I've had to work on seeing my man as human, even though I don't have anything to reference because I didn't have a father growing up. So I really don't know day to day what is necessary. But because of that, I am very open to communication. What do you need? How can I be of assistance to you? How can I help you? And sometimes if he says something that doesn't make sense, I'm very candid about that. But for the most part, he doesn't want a lot. Shut up while I play the game. Cook every now and then, but he's a cook, so he loves cooking, so I don't have to worry about that. And don't make life harder for me than it makes me already having to be a man in this world. And so I try to keep it that way for him. But I think a lot of women, they act out the way they do out of a trauma response. It's because there was a big gap in their life and they don't know how to react to a man, especially a real man. They know how to react to clowns. And so you meet a real man and you still treat him like a clown and it's inappropriate. And so to the ladies, I won't say that we're wrong, but I will say that we need to be more accountable.
Sure.
I love it. I definitely love it. Who want to go next? One, Brian?
I mean, if you look at it this way, and I think Brian just heard me say this on the last show, she talks about with single mothers. I think it's the other way around. The ones that look at their father and be like, oh, I need to marry someone like him. That's my definition of a true man. And it's just those high standards. And if they don't meet those standards, it kind of, they already in that mind is like, he's not the one. He's not going to be the one that can provide for me or stuff like that. I've experienced that in the past and stuff like that. So it's like, you got to look at it and just see like that barriers. Like, yes, like you just said, we're very simple. There's certain things that we only ask for. No offense. I'm very highly sexually driven. And my wife sometimes says, yeah, that's a little bit crazy, but that's just how I am. And stuff like that. So my thing is, I look at it as you look at it, the barriers. Like, okay, when I come home, you are the person I'm with. You're the person that I could talk to and say anything what's going on. Like, you should be the person that I can vent to, and I don't have to worry about it ever being out in the open or anything worse than that. That's the same thing I want for my wife as well. So it's like, you just got to have that establishment. And I feel like that's the biggest thing that so many people fell on with that as well.
Baby.
Crazy ass household. That's
Daddy's
wild.
baby.
Yeah, I get it.
See the thing.
You
The
can't
thing.
be in here with this chat.
Yeah, you all good. You all good. But the thing about, like, you know, that I'm finding more than anything now is there's too many people categorizing every fucking thing, man. I think that's one of the biggest problems with a lot of shit that we have going on. I feel like everybody feels like they have an idea of what's supposed to be, when in reality everything is different, man. People are fucking different. Everything is just by like coincidence and accident, basically. You know what I'm saying? You meet somebody, it is what it is. If they work with you, they work with you. You meet motherfuckers who, you know, are expecting this or they need that, and you don't really, you know, somebody can give you something some way that another pay, and maybe you don't even know what the fuck you need. You know, here's a good example of something that I thought about a long time ago, man. You know, like, you know, algorithms and shit like that or whatever. You got stuff like, you know, with Spotify or Pandora or whatever, you use these platforms and you listen to 70 songs and you picked all the songs. You love every single song that you're listening to. And then the fucking computer says, oh, you like all these songs. Let me give you all songs like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what that fucking does? Takes away anything else that you can experience different in the rest of your fucking life. You have nothing else but just what you are accustomed to. There's no outside interjection. There's nothing. You have to hear something by fucking mistake because everything has been telling you exactly what you're supposed to have. You don't.
And it's
Everybody.
always something new because
There's always something new.
It's the age of content.
People change, people adjust, times change, shit happens. You feel me? Like, you know, you get that big ass job you was trying for 10 years. You get that shit and you're fucking miserable. And you realize at that point, I got $1 million. I wish I was living in a fucking woods somewhere doing nothing. That's what I think is the same shit with relationships, with everything you do in life. These people will come on here and, oh, women think that the men are supposed to be. No, I don't think that. I think there's some women that do that. Of course there are. It's a demographic. There's some women who want men to go out and cook and kill the bear and fucking hunt them down and, you know, sit in the house wearing an apron and be in the kitchen. And there's other women like, I ain't being in the kitchen. I don't fucking do that.
You can tell he lives in Georgia.
Bro, I'm telling you right now, and I'm not from here, and I'm not from here either. You know, I'm fucking, you know what I'm saying? That was the cultural, you know, understanding that I had to learn because I'm from Jersey, and we all, ain't nobody used to like the stuff that how it was accommodated down here. Like, family is just first. You have to have them. You don't have family that takes care of you. What's wrong? Nothing's wrong. I'm just used to doing shit on my own. People are on their own, you know, speed where I'm from, so I don't rely on it like how you may. But yeah. I just feel like everybody's so used to just trying to understand something instead of just adjusting to what they need and then figuring it out. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times I hear conversations and I'm like, me and my girl, we're so different in areas. This is the first relationship that I've ever worked out in so fucking well too. And I'm just like, there's a lot of stuff we don't get. We don't fuck all the time. We don't got all the... But everything we do works. Every fucking thing we fight. We you know what I'm saying? So it's like it can't just be the demographic is what everybody's looking for. Like, oh, what the men who are looking for the women or the wife that want to take. Nah, if you don't do your shit, be a man. Step up, do what you gotta do, and then figure it out. But I'm trying to taste the cliche, man.
I like that concept, but you also got to look at it too as like, you know, when we talk about, oh, men's got to do their thing, women's got to do their thing, the biggest thing is you go under the altar and say, hey, for better or worse, everybody's going to enjoy that honeymoon stage. And that's where they feel like they've fallen in love and stuff like that. I was very hard. Like, you could talk to my wife right now. She will tell you, like, it took me almost a year, almost 2 years to actually say I loved her. And the only reason why I said that is because, I mean, I've went through some hell at times. And like, if anybody don't know, go on that. I'm an open book on these things. I don't want to be a robot on that scenario. But the fact that she got me to actually say those words, that knows that she knew I was ready to be committed to her, everything because I didn't believe in marriage. I didn't believe in any of that stuff. When you get into that courtroom and stuff and you see the actual demographic of what the true reality is going to be, you really got to look at it and go, do I want that?
Mm-hmm.
Do I really want to go through this? Do I really want to see this possibly happen? Like, yeah, you don't imagine your wife being that way or something like that. Shit's going to hit the fan one day and she's going to have that mindset. You're going to have to realize, hey, do I want to stay here or are we going to really do what we promised to say for better or worse? That's how I see these things. Like, I am so different with so many things. Like, if I'm invested, if I'm giving you my attention, I put my dedication in it. Clearly, my wrestling, anything, I put my full effort into it. So if I feel like I've done everything and I can't control what's the outcome, then obviously it's like, look, we could either do counseling or something like that, which I don't believe the counseling will work. But if she believes it, then fine. But it's like, if we've done everything we can do, and it's still not working, then obviously, yes, something's going to have to happen. But I'm not going to be that one to be like, it's Tuesday. F this day. This shit sucks. I don't want to be here. I don't want to do this. And like, sometimes we laugh about it, but that is a true experience that most people see relationships as.
And Warren, you could too.
That's how I knew I was in love.
At times, I'm not saying just one. I'm saying it's on either party.
Yeah, no, this is the first relationship where at the first sign of like honeymoon phase gone, I didn't run. And that was how I knew that I loved him. Like, and it's funny because this year, right before the year started, he was like, so the first time I hinted at proposing to you, you almost looked like I insulted you. And so I didn't buy the ring because you're not going to embarrass me. I love you. We're walking into year 5. Can I get on a knee? And you're going to say yes. I'm like, oh yeah, we're good this year. But he was trying to ask me like 2 years in. And I was like, no, I don't know you. I just told you I love you a year ago. Yeah. And don't get me wrong, it's not a problem, but it's like, I have to get to know you. I have to understand this because for me, I'm not a woman that wants to be a wife. I want to be a happy wife. And if I'm going to be a happy wife, I'm going to be a happy wife to a man who also wants a wife and a man who I want to be my husband. And so I wasn't that girl that was like 90 days in and was like, what are we? What are we doing? We could fuck around for almost a year and a half with me and I would care less because I don't care for that type of energy because I know I'm different when I know. And when I met him and I was like, I have no desire to sleep with other men. I knew. Because I be out here, baby, and I'm not shy about it. A guy will call me like, when the last time you had sex? I'm not the girl to say 3 months ago. I'm like, last night.
But that's why I think the room just kind of answered your question, bro, about like, see, even the question is itself. It says why is it always men's fault? That's basically what it's trying to say. Just like my man was saying, no matter if she cheats, it's still your fault. I don't agree with that. I feel like the reason why everybody keeps saying that cliche, that's the reason why
them feel comfortable with that decision.
That's exactly why. It's making
Say that again.
Making it
acceptable. It makes them feel comfortable with that decision. Yeah. I mean, you got to think of it this way, bro. Like, here's a great reference, and I always use these references, and it's very simple stuff, bro. You could, all right, hey, I've gained 20 pounds. I don't want to do nothing, but I know I need to go to the gym. I'll go next week and stuff like that. And it just gets built up more and more. And then obviously, hey, now it's too late. Oh, I've got heart failure. I've got these things. Then it's like, oh, I want to make that change now. It's already too late. It's possibly already too late. Like some things that people don't realize, we change these things and we just think it is a set memoir thing. And I agree with what that slide said, because when that looks at it that way, the men is always judged. And I even made this comment a long time ago because I was like, I've went through that before. And I'm sitting out, hey, I took care of her. I've done everything I could do as a man for this woman as much as I could. And for her to still go behind and do her thing while I'm at work and stuff like that, that's disrespectful to me. Mm-hmm. And then her excuse was, oh, you were always working. You were always doing this. You're not paying attention to me. We got a kid at such a young age. I didn't get to live a little and stuff like that. Like, it's just always these excuses at that scenario to make it where, oh, you're always in wrong. For me,
Warren, I want to ask one question.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
I want to ask a question to Warren because I just want to understand. So, are you saying that you believe that slide because your situation matches what that guy was saying. So are you saying that the only reason you believe that is the principle is because of your personal experience? Like, have you ever had any kind of other engagement in any other way, or is it just I went through that thing that he's exclaiming, so I can completely understand? Oh, he bounced the can.
But no, I was gonna say,
Well,
like, as a woman, we have
Sorry,
to,
Dre.
we gotta.
No.
Oh,
I just want to say one thing real quick, and I necessarily would say, at least what I got from that is also in most of situations, like if Warren was just saying, if you did everything for this woman, and bent over
I
backwards
mean,
for her, and
watch all these
you both
TV
got a
shows, bro.
family
High school
and came
sweethearts, it
together,
comes and go.
and
That's
then
what
all
it
of a
is.
sudden that she just wanted to go out and step out, and she would just say, well, you know what, it's your fault because you was working, you didn't have time for me. And I necessarily feel like some women have a hard time taking accountability on when things are just not going right, and they just quick to point the blame. I think it's much easier to point the finger at someone else than sit here in your own shit and just be like, you know what, I think it was me, I think I fucked up, I think it was
Yeah,
me. And I think
I like that.
that's what at least I get out from that situation, because shit, I ain't gonna, I'm gonna be honest with you. Yesterday, I was laying in the bed, and I said, shit, man, you know what? I got to get in my chair, and I'm sitting in my chair all day. So I'm gonna lay here for a little bit. And little man always up early as a mug. And wifey, she up, with him. They always up in the morning. And I guess she was having a rough day or whatever. And she sort of came at me, I felt like, incorrect. And I felt like, so it's now my fault because you had a rough day that you want to come up. So it's easy to point, I guess, the finger at someone else than it is to say, you know what, to sit in your own shit and be like, yeah.
yeah, I was gonna say
I
that
like that.
accountability is so hard because people have not learned to have comfort with duality, right? So a woman, I feel like a lot of women that I've encountered at least have issues with taking accountability for the not so good parts of themselves, because we have been taught that there are only good people or there are only bad people. And if, as a woman, I admit that I've done something that I don't necessarily fully stand behind, then I have to also, in a lot of these women's eyes, admit that I'm a bad person. And they don't have to, they don't have a good relationship with the duality of, I'm a great person, I have great intentions, but I made a poor decision. Like I can be one of the first women to say that, like, I've had men in my life that were doing everything they were supposed to do, amazing men, love me to death, but I'm a hypersexual individual and they were not having the type of sex with me that I wanted to have, so I had sex with someone else. And I know that I was wrong. And when and honestly, any man that'll tell you that have ever caught me cheating will know that I am such a graceful bower outer. I'd be like, you know what? You're right. I'm wrong. I didn't do it right. I should have left you. I'm wrong. And it takes a lot to admit that you're wrong, because then you have to sit with those feelings. Like, am I a bad person? Did I mess up a good man? But one thing that I had to understand, that in a world of 8 billion people, we're going to meet a lot of great people. Those people are not your people.
Yeah, but you also Harley, you're also proving the point for why you saying that, you can be in a situation where you can see, hey, I'm going to admit my faults. So that's why it's more on character than it is on just a straight stigma fucking theory, basically. You know what I'm saying? I can meet 100 fucking girls and every bitch can come to me and say, hey, listen, oh, you did that. I ain't taking credit for shit. But then you sitting there, talking to her and stuff like that, and then you meet a couple more, and it's like, oh, I did do this wrong. You're right, I did do this right. Because a man can feel the same way. You know what I'm saying? If a man cheats and goes, well, bitch, you was fucking me the way I want you to. It's not man or woman. It's characteristics. It's different than that. That's why I'm saying I don't disagree when it's these conversations of why are men always wrong. I don't feel like men are always wrong. I feel like it's just the kind of people that you keep adjusting yourself to, and you need to start fucking doing maybe a little soul searching to figure out why you keep attracting these people.
Come on,
people be so ready to blame fucking straight cliche shit. I just want to blame a cliche. Oh, because women are. I even said in the last show, I said, oh, because women get their period and shit. That's an easy excuse for a motherfucker to use. But I was saying, like, let me be a little bit more understanding, because I know it doesn't happen. I ain't going to just let you just use that excuse for everything.
You understand that, yeah. So
bro, like, I'm just saying, like, People need to stop fucking acting like they have the answer to everything. We don't have the answer. Men ain't always wrong. Women's not always wrong. It's just if you fucking up and you ain't taking accountability for your actions, that's a you problem, not a man problem or a woman problem.
I agree with that. I agree with that.
I agree with that.
I love
This is something I use the references. You know, I use stuff when you talk about the courtroom and shit like this. Instantly, when it's male versus female, 9 times out of 10 in the courtroom, it can get really foggy at times.
For real.
Because they literally look at it and go, unless this woman has been on drugs or something like that, they already kind of got that mindset, regardless of what the story is about to be. I've experienced this, so I know exactly this stuff.
And that's why I was kind of going at too.
It's literally instantly frowned upon. I always say this, and Brian, you've heard me say it when we did the father chat. Dre, we've talked about it behind the camera. 2 wrongs don't make a right. They already look at it as some people already mess it up for the rest. I say it constantly all the time because literally you see it in movies. 9 times out of 10, most of the times back then, cheating movies were always about the male cheating on the females. There was an instant fact. 9 times out of 10, the scenario was male got female pregnant, left woman, just ran away. And then, of course, they do the little fact, oh, they're a famous basketball player. I got to come back to life because I need the money. All that BS nonsense. But it's like they already have a setting and they already think that has got to be the scenario. Yeah. This has been so different now compared to anything we've established because nobody ever is going to have the right answer to answer these things. Just like what Brian said, it's based off your character. My character, y'all know me pointedly. You 3 know me very well. I put a lot of dedication. I'm a family man at first. Before anything I do, I'm a family man at heart. If my wife was not going to be one that said, hey, I could settle down and be able to raise kids and we 50-50 work, we clean, do all this at a 50-50 scenario, shit wasn't going to work for us because it's just the fact that you got to learn, okay, it's a lot of a different age. It's not just the male works, the female stays home and does the mama work.
Absolutely.
It's got to be a 50-50 scenario. But
hey, Warren,
same way.
I'm going to break something down. Hey, Dre, I'm sorry. Give me like 5 minutes, all right? I want to break something down for Warren real quick. Warren, I want to share something with you, bro. This is me and you talking right now. I want to share something with you, bro. I was pissed he wasn't on the commission yesterday, bro, because I was fucking like looking forward to us all being here. But I know with you, like you just said, I respect you in ways that I don't fucking even admit to a lot of times with other people, bro. Like, the challenges that you deal with and stuff like that. I'm not bullshitting you when I told Tiffany this shit. And I was like, yo, Warren, he goes through shit that I don't even know I'd be able to make it. There's a lot of shit that I see that you go through that I know that for me, as emotional as I am, as fucking dedicated, as like, I'm fucking, I'm aggressive. I know how my shit is. My son and shit, like nobody will be able to fuck with me ever. And you take that shit, and even the way that you deal with it, I saw you deal with your son's stuff recently, and I respect the fuck out of you for it. I'm be honest with you. I'm a little twisted right now. That's probably why I'm being a little honest and shit. But I'm being honest right now. But it's other things where it's like, we talking stuff like that, and I'm saying like, damn, Warren, man. Sometimes Warren, I'm on a podcast with him and shit like that. Warren, you can't get a fucking thought together because Warren jumping to your shit, ready to engage, fucking full throttle, and you're over here trying to get your thoughts together and stuff like that. And I'm like, but you want to know something about that motherfucker? Everything he does, man, he puts 1,000%. I see him constantly making this, constantly pushing. Every time you see Warren shit for the last 3 years in my fucking inbox right now, I can show you every message from Warren with a fucking paragraph long about everything he's doing. This nigga, that's one of the reasons I fuck with Warren, man. I'll be honest with you, for 3 years, I fuck with Warren because he's dedicated, man. And every bit of your character shows in your podcast. I don't know if anybody's ever told you this honesty like this. Every bit shows, bro. We have, like I said, we have conversations. I'm like, Warren, shut the fuck up already, man. I'm trying to get my thoughts together. And I love you, bro. But I'm just like, but I love this man. Like everything about this guy, he literally, your heart is shown through your work, bro. I'm being dead ass with you right now.
I appreciate it.
Your character speaks volumes. So I just want you to know that shit, man. That triggered right now because, like I said, I was just telling my girl about, this stuff. I was like, damn, he wasn't on the show or whatever. But Warren, that motherfucker stay working, bro. I was just
People
telling her
like
that.
need their flowers though, Brian, because Warren, a lot of people said the same thing about me. They're always like, you got what you need to say together. And not only do you got what you need to say together, you say an abundance of it. And so I will tell you, like I tell myself every morning, you are not doing too much. It's just people in the world are doing a little bit too little. And so just know,
Good point.
I appreciate it.
keep wearing your heart, aggressively and right there on your sleeve the way you do, because you strike me as a person that's cut from the same cloth as myself. And this is our first time meeting, but I keep hearing in my head, I'm looking at your box that you're doing enough, and maybe you need to hear that. So you're doing enough, Warren.
I appreciate it.
Hey, man.
Yeah,
Hey, look at
Warren.
man. Warren getting his flowers. and
You're the
stuff,
commission
man.
man over here.
Get him,
Shit.
man. Hey, man, that's what's dope. That's what's dope. Hey, look, I agree on everyone's point, man. For real, definitely, it's definitely about human characteristics and not just picking a
All
side.
this stuff is the reason why I got into pro wrestling.
I feel you, bro. Life is
Hey, that's
hard,
dope.
man. Life is fucking hard, man. There's a lot of challenges. It's a lot of the thing. I'm sorry, Dre. I'm not trying to fuck up. I hope this is good for the grown folks talking right now, because you experience a lot of this stuff, man, as you get older. Another thing that like you were saying, Warren, is like, man, you are one way. Like, you think you're one way. You think you know what you want. You think you got that experience. You think you're ready for everything. And then even if you find something that's exactly perfect for the situation that you're ready for, that shit in a year's time, in less than that maybe, can change immediately, and it's completely different. And now you back to square one. What the fuck do I do now? I got fired. I got this. She cheated on me. My kids got sick. I got sick. Your fucking life is completely different. Now you got to fucking regather, retrain, redo it. Bro, life, there's no guarantee. It's just what the fuck it is. Be ready, take care, be the best fucking person that you could possibly be, and then roll with the shit, man. Roll with the shit.
When the shit is good, appreciate it. Because when
appreciate it.
You definitely gotta appreciate
you
it.
can do about it when it's bad. I tell people, life do this. And when I'm up here, I party. And when I'm down here, I don't think it's gonna be.
I'm doing whatever, yo.
I'm up here, I party again. That's it.
For real.
Hey, man, I dig it. All right, we're going to hop into our next topic here on the podcast. We were sort of just mentioning it a little bit. Now, our next topic here, can you be happy without sex? And now, I'm going to talk.
I'll let my wife on this one. She'll tell you.
Absolutely
And I'm
not. I am a polyamorous person. No.
Bro.
Okay. He says no.
When I was younger, I would have said no, but not gonna lie. Without all the way, like I can't even beat my shit or nothing. I can't do nothing.
I mean, well, I was literally just kind of not masturbate.
I love this because me and Dre literally had this conversation behind the cameras too many times, bro.
I'm like, I'm okay with having, if I can just have sex with myself, I'm cool. But
at least something, right?
Having sex with other people, but I love me.
How many other characteristics are like really good? Like, okay, I can beat off still. All right, fuck it. I can get this.
I'm like, if I can still masturbate, then yes, because
maybe I can.
Nobody else getting off. Like, I actually prefer masturbation.
I mean, 9 times out of 10, isn't that what a single person basically would do? I mean,
a single person got more options though.
That's what I was doing when I was single.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Sometimes, I mean, I don't know in the certain areas of like search engines, but sometimes it is a lot harder for a male to, meet with other females, especially the way the thing is now with the social media, the internet. Like, bro, imagine this when the COVID era was stuff. You remember we even made a joke about it. It's like, man, you must have the prettiest eyes to get somebody's attention on a blind date or something. Like, it's just, I don't know, man. I've talked to countless people talking about this, and they say it's so damn hard to actually go on a date with somebody.
Probably
because it's just so many expectations or something.
Probably.
Oh no, there's some dudes that are like, I'm not that way, but I'm like a decent looking dude or something. Like really are good person.
Are way different. The standards are crazy. Like, I haven't been on a first date with a man.
Yeah, these younger girls that look way older than they supposed to be. I'm just
glad. Listen, when I was on,
I ain't got to worry about all that mess.
When I was on Plenty of Fish and all that shit, when I first moved to Georgia, I ain't going I'm not lying at all. I also was way more in shape and shit. Yo, listen, I used to get messages. I would get messages literally like, hey, what's going on with you? Hey, how you doing? Yeah, so where you at? Oh,
Yeah.
blah, blah, whatever. Okay, so yeah, I actually over here. You want to meet up? I listen. I fuck with y'all. Listen. Don't fuck with me, bro. I'll tell y'all some stories. I met a girl on MySpace. MySpace, that shit back in the day. And she gave me her address. It was fucking like 1 o'clock in the morning. I told this story a million times. It was 1 o'clock in the morning. White girl gave me her address. I drove to a fucking house. It was an hour and a half away. Me and my brother picked this girl up at 3 o'clock in the fucking morning from a house with her parents looking at her get into a dark car out the window. Brought her back to my house, fucked the shit out of her all night, and then drove her back to her house in the fucking morning.
So you drove 2 hours through the whole trip.
Don't fucking tell me that girls don't. Nah, bitches get
Yeah,
down
that's like
too.
if you.
Yeah, they get down, and the crazy
They get
thing
down,
is,
but it's
I think
not like
women don't want to. Well, some women don't want to admit as much as men, but I think women are into sex more than men are. Though men,
wow.
we ready to get it in, but I think women be having
Anybody.
those
Men will
wildest and
accept
imagines.
sex anytime, but we are
I'll
so
fuck everything.
cognizant, we are so in here with sex, and women love sex. Like, and that's what I get so angry when I meet women that are like, all men think about is sex. That means you haven't had a proper orgasm, because if you have one, all you think about is sex, because sex is a release. Sex is the balance to this bullshit ass world that we're living in. So to answer this question, no, I can't be happy without sex, and I'm attracted to both men and women. So I truly can't be happy without sex, and I need a holistic view of sex. Like I tell my man all the time, you got to go have sex with some women, because sometimes I'm gonna want to get pussy that ain't gonna be yours to get. I don't want you to feel like you have to sit around twiddling your thumbs until I'm done.
What's the link?
I've been in a relationship for
Tell
5
her, Warren.
years.
Tell her, Warren.
What's the link of this conversation? That's the question. Because my wife would be in here and he's like, he can't go a week. He can't go a week. Like my wife.
Yeah, no, I can't. I don't believe there is no time in the month that I don't have sex. And when I'm not able to have sex with my lower parts, my man knows, like, take your clothes off, because I need my throat is not bleeding. So I need you to get your life together. 30 days a week, I have sex. Every single day I have sex. And sometimes he's exhausted, and that's okay. I have a girlfriend.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Why you say that's crazy, Brian? I think that's excellent, because
Yeah, I'm
think like
this
that.
is it right
Most
here.
of us think like that, So, but
I'm being honest.
you're like, damn, like, hold
I'm
up,
sitting here like, yo, listen,
Wait,
30 days
first
a week.
topic and this topic needs to go
And it's so funny.
in a lot of situations.
It's
Because
so
a lot
funny
of
because
women constantly think men's fault. They constantly think about sex 24/7. They constantly like, hey, like I can't even take a shower and you are already trying to grope around me or something. Like it's like, come on, man. Like you're doing too much if that's the case. That I try to tell. This is what I'd say. If I'm still having a feeling towards you on that scenario, with you walking around naked, regardless, because having kids and stuff, your body does change and stuff. And a lot of women, and I think that's in their head at times too, is like, oh, I don't look like I used to when we first were dating, or I don't look like this.
That's true.
If I'm still giving you, because sometimes my wife looks at me all the time, she's like, I don't know how you're dating me and stuff. I was like, what are you talking about? Sometimes I wonder how you're dating me in that scenario. And like, it just makes, she's like, it boosts me completely when you say something like that, because a lot of people look at it as like, oh, I don't look like this, that my husband won't look at me like this no more. I told my wife all the time, like, hey, I'm never going to not be attracted to you. Now I told her constantly, I was like, if I get to a point where I'm not excited to see you naked, there's something fucking wrong with me. Like there's just something like some things like that. But it's just like, I think a lot of women think of it as completely the wrong way. And I wish, and I'm not saying it's just on them, but I've never met a male that literally is going to be like, my wife will tell you, we put a scorecard right now. My wife has beaten me completely when it says, no, not tonight. Or it's my headache or something like that.
I'm different. I'm not gonna lie. I've been a little different, yo, and I've admitted this on, like I said, a lot of shows as well. Just like, with me and my girl, like, we definitely are into each other. Like I'm doing this shit, like, we hug, and I'm like, all right, instantly, all right, fuck it, I'm touching you, I'm all over. But she's like, no, baby, you gotta be sweet first, and she likes that shit. She likes that sensitive shit.
Yeah,
but I'm also. I'm not gonna lie. I'm also more like, for me, I'm 36. I'm fat as shit now. Also, that's probably another thing. When I was younger, I used to fuck, bro. But it's like now I'm just like, we got kids all over the place. I got the show. I do like I'm preoccupied.
You
And I
got
think
spy cams everywhere.
I'm trying to tell you, I do have cameras all over the fucking house.
It's environment as well, because I don't have children. I don't have children. We got 2 turtles here, and my fiance has a kid. So we get his kids.
So they're quiet.
We get his kids on the weekend. So when by the time the kid comes, I've already gotten all my sex in a week. So maybe Friday and Saturday I slow down, but we still have sex. We have sex after the kid goes to sleep. Yeah. I don't have children, so I still got my college body, and so I do know that there is a difference. One of my favorite parts of my pole dance classes is when I have a woman in the class that just had a baby, and she's like, "Oh, Harley, I'm not going to be able to do this because I'm not sexy," and I say, "Baby, you don't even understand. You're 10 times sexier to that man because you created his likeness."
I'm telling you,
he wants it more, and that's my favorite part of pole dance class. I will have them walking out like I'm about to do it, and then the next week they come in and they're like, "Girl, I shut it down last week," and I'm like, "Yes, bitch, I'm so proud of you."
That's what's up. That's what's up.
I like how you said that, because I look at women so much differently now. Because when I was first, a jock and shit like that, I didn't look at women like, okay, if they're a little bit heavy set, I'm not going to bother with it. But my wife in this scenario, I changed a lot of my views and stuff with her, and I'm so glad I did, because the saying, don't judge a book by its cover. But it was like the whole scenario of the whole outlook. Oh, she's a little bit bigger and all that shit. Like, it's just in your mind because you've been so around the whole scenery. Like, it's like, oh man, who would want to bang, fat bitch or whatever. And then I'm sitting there just looking at them like, hey, if they're loyal, they're respectful to you, like, you want to have one of these skinny ones and you meet at the gym, and damn well she's probably going to your house and 9 other different people's house in that week. Like, do you want someone that's really just going to just treat you respectfully? And that's something I've learned constantly, man, is like, it's not a certain type or whatever. It's just everyone's got a view. And I feel like, with women, and Brian said it perfectly last show we were on, was women go through so much because they're already in their head before they wake up in the morning. Like, it's already they already got, I joke about it, it's like a news channel. Like, literally, they got all the negative shit before they wake up, and they just see it. God forbid if my wife wakes up from a dream and goes, "Oh my God, you cheated on me with so."
I've had that happen. Like, a couple of different girls.
Gives me the meanest fucking look. Like,
for real.
They give you the meanest stare, and I'm just sitting. I'm like, "What did I do to you? You cheated on me with such and such." And 9 times out of 10, oh, it's your kid's mom, because just the old scenario everybody's so used to. Oh, they always run back to the person they made their first kid together with, which that is not my case. But it's always been, she'll just give me the meanest look. I'm like, let me guess, who did I cheat with you this time? Bush, like, what the fuck?
Who was in the dream this time, babe?
Hey, Dre, how about you, bro? How do you feel? Do you think you could be happy without sex?
Oh no. See, I was trying to step in, but I let everyone, get their opinion first.
I was about to say, behind that camera,
just like Warren was saying, we talked about this one time, but man, me and my fiance, she just be like, man, you think about it too much, and I'm like, well, no, I don't. And then I'm a man, so what you think though? And at times though, yeah, we got a little one now, but you want to be rolling around and almost half naked and shit like that, and you want to be cooking, and I dropped something, and as soon as I come over there and be like,
it's the simple shit.
Time to get it on. You like, like, hold on. I'm like,
I think it's so funny though, because me and Dre were behind the camera 2 hours talking behind the camera and talking about this.
And like I want to say, yes, after women sometimes, have a baby, they do go through a lot much, and in her head when she wake up, man, it be running 1,000,000 miles per hour though. So, but me personally, I don't know, man. I can't. Like how we were saying before we went on live, dog. I can go on my Instagram, scroll on my Instagram, dog, and you slide up, dog, and ass cheeks, dog. Clapping. You go to the next one, big boobs, and I'm like, that's what I'm a man. That's what I enjoy. You feel me? Like,
I think as a woman, it's good. It's important for me to say, ladies, let men like pictures of women who look nothing like you physically on social media. It's okay. First of all, most of those girls are getting paid for him tapping that picture. Let him fucking tap that picture. If he's
I'm
tapping
not,
your
yeah.
ass the way he's supposed to tap your ass at night, let him tap the picture. I send my man pictures of women that I know he's attracted to before he comes home from work. I want you to fuck the shit out of me. And if you're thinking about her, I don't care. You're fucking me. I'm okay with this.
Yeah,
I'm okay with it.
I wanted to ask on this topic. I like this fucking topic right here. I want to ask this too. Listen, do you guys think in any way? Because I'm trying to like I said, for me, like I said, it's just we've been together for a while, and it's not that we don't fuck, but it's just like I don't know, it's just not as important to me as it used to be. I don't know if I'm just getting, whatever. I'm just like it's not as big as it used to be. I used to be one of the motherfuckers where I gotta fuck everything.
And we was talking about that last season. I think that came up where it was like a lot of the guys that did get pussy or did get sex a lot when they were 18, 19, 20, and 30, 35, 36, they ain't really thinking about it. But
I'm telling you, bro,
like me, that wasn't me though. I wasn't getting. I didn't have a roster at 19 and 20. I didn't. No, it wasn't like that. So it was just like you get what you can get. And most men sometimes, you can hey, look here. Hey,
I miss that one like going from buffet today.
My excuse because I had a roster then. I don't know how to stop now, but I also think it's time, right? I don't have any time in the day. I mean, I have a lot of time in the day. I'm not taking nobody to school. I'm not wiping no noses. So
That's a good point. That's a good ass point right there.
I have a lot of space.
You have more energy. You got
time.
I don't think women who have kids want sex as much as I want sex.
They probably do. But
I think even if you had kids or even if you had a job, man, I think that doesn't stop you from feeling the way how you feel though. Like, man, if I'm horny, I'm horny.
Sometimes
you do. I ain't gonna lie, you do. I don't work before. You feel me? But and I was working at a movie theater, and I'm like, damn, I've been here since 11 o'clock, and I get off at 11 o'clock at night. But damn, shit, I haven't seen about 5 women walk past. God damn, that don't stop me from feeling the way I'm feeling. I'm tired.
I used to work 12-hour shifts at a call center. I used to masturbate at my job.
Oh, me too. Shit, who hasn't? I used to beat my shit driving a truck. Listen, hey Harley, I used to beat my shit driving a truck, a fucking ice cream truck, to deliver ice cream. I beat my shit. I beat my shit when I was driving from Jersey to Georgia to stay awake. I beat my listen. I'm a fucking king, okay? I beat my shit on this podcast right now, motherfucker. I don't give a
fuck. Like I came twice already.
Yo, fuck me.
I think that's why we know you. It's not that matter. You got your shit in, Brian. That's what it is. That's what you got in.
Have a healthy masturbation schedule. Also, either know whether they like sex or not. Because some people, it's not even so much that you like sex or not. Like Dre was talking about, it's about the availability. But if you have a healthy masturbation schedule and you like sex, then you know that you actually like sex. Like I masturbate frequently, and on top of that, I will have sex with my man and my girlfriend in a day, and I will still be like, can one of you round up another round? And they both be like,
your dude is cool with you having a girl?
Yeah.
Oh shit! Okay.
Yeah, and it's so funny. We were like 2 years into the relationship, and I had started dating women, talking to women, and then he was like, so I think he kind of made a comment, but he was joking, and he was just like, so what do I do when you go on dates with girls? And I was like, go get your dick sucked. And he was like, what did you just say to me?
I couldn't.
And I was like, I'm gonna be somewhere being pleased.
I couldn't do it.
I was like, I'm gonna be somewhere being pleased. Why would you also not be somewhere getting pleased?
See see Harley, I'm not gonna say I don't want you to take any type of way about this because I just want to be honest. Like it's just for me, I just can't do that shit, man. I am very loyal, like, and that's another thing that I love about my woman. Like my wife is so fucking loyal, man.
No,
like,
I'm a polyamorous person. I've never
people like it, man.
Ever. Like
I don't hate. I never hate.
I love the differentiates because it makes
my life with multiple loves.
It educates you to learn, okay, this is something that can go on in this scenario.
Exactly.
I like stuff like that. We talked about this stuff before on one of my shows. Let's talk about it. It got canceled quick. But this was a main topic. And it was just the fact that, so many people see a different viewpoint. And I think that's why it's so hard at times to see marriage for people as well. Because if you are in that lifestyle as well, it's hard to stay committed to one set person because now you got an additional, and God forbid if an additional comes in and maybe that male is just like, all right, this is not working for me. I got this person. They start growing on a relationship and shit like that. It's just a matter of how you view it. And I like how Harley was just talking about, you know, this is my lifestyle. I've got a man and I got a woman. Now, if I'm with my woman, my man.
Okay,
I like that.
Okay.
I mean, I just never heard of some stuff like that.
In the midst of the topic, though, I gotta ask everybody though: morning sex or night sex?
Night sex.
It don't matter as long as it's once.
I
a
don't
week.
care.
I can't get more than sex. My baby don't play that shit. She don't play that shit. Morning
My wife is a nightmare at mornings, bro.
Nighttime's alright.
No, the
Middle of the
biggest
night,
thing-
even sometimes.
I
Dre.
prefer morning dick though.
Tell me if you relate
yeah?
this. If you can relate to this, and I think Brian could even go with this. How many times does your woman say, "All right, we can do it in the morning. We can do it in the morning." You get to the point, it's like, all right, I wake up a little early. You know, you get in that mood. You're excited. You're like, all right, it's about to happen.
My question, Warren, is: do you ask or does she wake up in the middle of sex? So I'm be honest
That's
with
how
you.
it should be.
You
I don't
never
ask.
ask.
I don't ask shit.
I
think
try
it's-
not to
I think
ask.
it's more.
I literally. So my thing
it's
is, I will lay next to her and I will just wait. And if it
No.
gets to a point, it's just
Hold on.
like, no.
Hold on.
Every time you know, some things like it's like that old school band or whatever bullshit.
I
But
get
I'm
it.
saying is, you get to that point and you're just laying there, you're waiting. You know, some of them can, you know, most of them is probably just flipping through a phone, whatever. And it's just like, all right, when's it happening? When's it happening? Like this was like the very early time. Like I do to the point, like, all right, I'll massage, do some shit like that. 9 times out of 10, she falls the fuck asleep though. That's why I stopped doing that shit. That's why I stopped doing that.
Around, kiss on them a little shit.
As dozing off.
Look,
That's
I've done so
I'm gonna
much.
be
Like,
honest. If you touching on me and feeling on me, I'm gonna doze off, right? So my man, he'll be doing the back rub, the booty rub, and I will doze off. But the reason why I wake up and get right back into the session is because as soon as I doze off, he feels like I've made you comfortable enough doing the physical shit, the sweet shit, that you're going to sleep. Got it. Here's the dick. And when he does that, I'll wake right up and be like, okay, you're right. Here we go. Let's get started.
I wish.
I'm telling you,
My
that's it
wife
right
is
there.
my wife will kill somebody. if She
It's
wakes
harder
up.
in the morning.
You want shit? Me too. That's how
Bro,
I feel
my
about
wife is a
same
nightmare to wake up.
my baby.
I
Ain't,
she watches
It's
this.
harder in the
My
morning.
wife will
It's
agree
in
with
the
me.
morning.
Nighttime, yes. Morning time, hell
Nighttime,
no.
morning
My
time,
wife
forget
will
about it.
kill me.
Yeah,
Like,
nighttime.
Dick is
Nighttime,
harder
I'm
in the
lucky.
morning. For me, dick is harder in the morning. The man, it's less because
that is true.
I don't like the aggressive intimacy. Like a lot of women do, and I understand it. Like I will never speak against it.
You would
But,
not like me.
all the hugging and kissing. So in the morning, it's that side swipe.
Animal.
You finna put my knee up on my shoulder. You about to give
Yup.
me crazy back shots. I'm about to go to work feeling like the manager.
Yup. Yeah. Just like that too. Put your fucking knees in your
Yeah,
forehead.
yeah.
I ain't motherfucker. Like,
Hey,
whatever
saying.
gotta be done.
for me, man, the morning is that just like Harley said. That's the time for me. That's the time early in the morning. And let's go with it. Nighttime, I mean, it's cool, especially if you had a long day, you was out for work, you probably tired, you just want to, let's get it in and get it over with or whatever like that. But
Yeah.
another thing to mention is Harley said, I think I mean, whatever way to do it is like, when she's sleeping and you're like, all right, this is time right there, man. All right. And then
You lucky, Dre. If you could do that shit and get away with it, shit. I
I mean,
can't.
That's what I was about to say. There ain't no way.
Sometimes, but rarely.
Wait, so y'all
rarely.
can't have sex with your woman while she sleep? Like I've
Fuck
woken
no.
up
My
in the
baby
middle
will
of
fuck
sex
me
a lot.
up.
Bro,
Nah,
no.
she don't play
I
that
wake
shit.
up in the middle of sex a lot.
No. No.
Yeah. She got too much to
Hell
do.
no.
It's
My
funny
baby got
because
too
you
much
just
to do.
walked in right after you
Hell
guys.
no.
How does he feel
When
about
we were
me
first dating, yes. When we were first dating, yes. Now that
How
it's
do you
been
feel
like
about
an
me having a girl?
established relationship and stuff, no.
Exactly what Warren said. For real. I feel that
When
same
you
way.
get in that establishment, she's already at that set thing. Like, I'm asleep. Leave me the fuck alone.
Yeah.
Like, that's how my wife
baby
I
has
is.
promise
always
you,
been.
you think that, and I'm not telling you about your wife, Warren, because you've been with your wife. You think that, but one night just slide in, and I say that because
I
I be
tried.
asleep, and I be asleep.
He said, I tried.
Sometimes it may work. Sometimes it may
Yeah,
work, but
yeah.
not most of the time. Not majority.
My wife will look at me back up.
Majority, she gonna wake up and say, "Nah, not right now."
Bro, I'm telling you right now. I'm not saying like I'm bad looking or anything, but when I take the shirt off, I look good and shit like that. And sometimes it makes you sit there and go, man, like, what am I doing wrong wife? What are you not looking at? Like, it drives you insane.
You gotta just think about it, bro. She got stuff to do, and I mean,
I get it, but it's in your head.
reasonable.
You're in your head. Like when she says, "Hey, maybe tonight." All right, don't put your mindset completely on it, but it's like, all right, my daughter could go to bed at this time. She could possibly, do her little thing real quick, get herself ready, whatever for bed, whatever. And it's just at the point, it's like, all right, do I go towards her or should I wait for her to come towards you? Like, you get into these scenarios, and I've never had that problem before until I started dating her, because it's like, and that's where I knew, okay, I do have a really good relationship at that time, because at that time it's like, constantly, boom, let's do it, blah, 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 blah. But it's like, it sounds weird, but in a way you kind of do cherish it a lot more now with the person that you're not doing it so much with, because it's more meaningful, because now she's at that point. It's like, this is cool scenario, but it's like, no, I can't go a day, more than a day of a week. No, I can't do it.
So while we were in the midst of talking, my fiance, he comes home for break. And so he goes, gentlemen, he was giving y'all some advice from behind, and I had to mute him because he's a fool. He said, y'all got to act like y'all don't want it. And that's how you
I do. It don't work.
That shit that works.
It don't work.
Even in the beginning.
He gave head, and I was like, I hadn't had dick in a while. So that was strategic. I don't like that. I don't like that about you.
How old are you? How old are you? Just real quick. I just want to ask, how old are you?
Me, I'm 32 and he's 35.
Oh, so you guys are okay. You guys are the age.
Okay.
So you guys,
I'm 32.
See, but that don't work.
Different, man.
Funny is, my wife is younger.
That don't work.
She's 29.
You try to be like, you try to fake it. Yeah, you try to fake like, and you don't want it.
And there's a pole in the living room. Like,
oh yeah, y'all wild. Y'all have real world in that shit.
We're having the time of our life.
Y'all enjoying life still.
You fake like you don't want it. You be like, nah, I'm good. Well,
bro,
you
I'm
take
sorry.
her ass to sleep. And go to
Take your ass
sleep.
sleep.
That's right. So I be like, well, damn, I did what I asked you to do. Like,
no, the weirdest thing is when they do have a kid, you actually, in a way, I don't want to say it the wrong way. I used to say crave, but some people got mad at me how I said it. But you really want your wife or the mother of your kid more, because like you just said, she gives life to something that y'all both created. You have established and stuff like that. Before the kid, yeah, you're probably fucking like cats and dogs, like in reality. Like, but when that kid gets there, bro, that energy does die out at times. And I feel like sometimes you just got to remind her, hey, I still love you as much as I loved you from the beginning. Yeah. Now sometimes it's just like, oh, this week, this month, stuff like that. And I've gotten to be okay with it, but it's also at the time it's like, hey, it's been such and such many days. I can't do much longer.
Yeah, you're totally right, Warren. But I think it's also too, if you know your person and you know who you are as well, getting into a relationship, a serious relationship, man, like, look here, sex is a big priority for me. Look at, we gonna be fucking this, that, and that. And I ain't trying to put down like this is what we gonna be doing, but like, do you like to be fucking? Like, okay, that's what you do. Okay, then that's what that's something. Like, but I understand everyone's point of view.
Yeah,
man.
it's important to establish that shit. There's no doubt about it. But like we were just talking about, like even the other situation where we're talking about, the men's situation, we're talking about like the stigma behind shit. It's just that everybody's different. She can have a girlfriend or a boyfriend and be comfortable in their shit. That's because they different. It don't mean that it has to be the same that I do it or Warren does it or Dre does it. Everybody's different. That's why it's important not to just put categories on every fucking thing and just understand and respect people's fucking situations. Like, yo, that's what you do. Cool. I couldn't do it, but it's not me. So I don't got to worry about that. You know what I'm saying? We can just relate and respect each other. That's the whole fucking thing, man. People always think they got to follow a guideline, but it's literally just whatever works for you. Respect that motherfucker. Let them do their shit. As long as it ain't no bad, crazy shit. You know what I'm saying? But respect people's shit, man.
I love relate and respect. I love that. That needs to go on the shirt or something, because I think I feel like that's the heartbeat of all friendships, relationships, like platonic or romantic. Like the problem I feel that I find on social media is people meet a person that is completely opposite of what they want in their village, and then be like, "Hey, you need to change." Like, I would never.
They can put an opinion out there. Yep.
Yeah,
it's like a porno. It's just a bunch of fantasy. It's making you feel happy after.
Sex enough. I would never tell a monogamous woman to be polyamorous. No, but you can't ever make me want to be with one person. Like, you have to understand, I know who I am, and I need you to know who you are and stand 10 toes. I will never make a woman who only wants to be with her man want to be with her man. I will tell her, you've never came unless you've come with two people licking on you, but I'm not going to tell her to go do that, because if that's not what she wants, that's not what she wants, and that's cool.
It might not make her come that much if that's not her shit. Because if it's your shit and you love it just because you love it, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying, like, there's people who like, oh, a threesome is my biggest fantasy. And listen, bro, to me, that's more work. I don't give a fuck. Like, you could be doing it. I'm playing there, but I gotta fucking do you and her. Get the fuck out of here, man.
That boy said I gotta fuck you and her. I'm not doing that.
Like, get the fuck out of here. I ain't got time for that shit, man.
Bro said, bro, I give you 2 minutes. I'm done with the shit.
I'm done.
My baby is the king of work.
Yeah, bitch, me neither.
I was the most sexually.
I'm done. Time out.
Our first threesome, I was like, oh my God, you are a crazy multitasker. I love you. I think I'm in love with you.
Oh shit.
Because he was all over the place. He was like an octopus. It was like me, it was like her, it was like me, it was like her. I was like, yes!
I'm great, man. Hey, listen, have them experiences, man. Live life. Fuck it.
Anybody else got anything to say on this?
This is a great topic right here, Dre. I like
it. Really is. Like, I think this was
you ended right there. She said, like, octopus, all that.
I haven't even fucking scratched the surface, bro. I'll tell y'all motherfuckers some stories, some crazy.
She's living a damn life. My goodness.
Also a stripper, so it's just like, it's different.
Hey, it don't matter. You live in that life.
When you are an adult entertainer, you just live a different life. And I have to remember that. I casually talk about orgies, and people be like, "Ma'am," I'm like, "You're right. I'm sorry."
I mean, it's
I'm
like I do my show, man.
Yeah,
see, like, this is something I like about this, and this is something that I established with my show, and I think Dre does it the same thing. We don't judge you by what you choose or what you say, like what you're passionate about. I want you to explain to me how you got to that situation, why you feel like that is the best choice for you. So I like how you were just talking about it. Like, you just live a different lifestyle. You ain't got to worry about kids messing around and killing the sex vibe and stuff, because there is so many. And I think Dre, Brian, and me, we go through this at a lot of times, because Brian does have a good amount of babies. I have a 5-year-old that now wanders every fucking where in this house and literally has almost ran in on us twice. So it's literally at that point my wife goes, maybe when she's at the grandma's house or something like that. And it gets to that point. It's just like so many different barriers get involved. Like I joke about it. It's like a boulder in every section. And you both get in the mood. Okay, you start. It gets quiet for a second. And I used to joke about it. I was like, hey, we can go to the laundry room or something like that. Just go in our little spot, get what we need to get in, and go out. Because my wife, before we were together, she didn't believe in quickies at all. And that was something like I had to teach. And
had to learn this shit, right?
Granted, and she learned, and now she's more about the quickies at times with the kids more than she's ever been when we were first together, because that's the only time we really can do shit. Like our only own time, because my wife messed up and let my 5-year-old sleep with her, and now we're still working on that process to get her out of that bed.
She sleeps with us every fucking night, bro.
Ever since my father-in-law passed away, it's like a comforter for my wife. So I can't really get mad about it.
Real fast before we move along. I hear Holly just said the same thing as well, though, and I think everyone just said it though. And since you got, my man is 1.5 going on 2, about to hit the turbo 2s though. And he got his own bed now, and he barely sleeps in his own bed. He'll get up when he wakes up. He'll get up and roll
right in our bed,
right under her. So I had to switch my sleep and like sort of sleep at the bottom of the bed, because she'll get in the middle of the bed and he'll come in. I'm like, well, damn, I ain't got no damn space though.
Join the club, Dre. Join the club, Dre.
I got to a point where I'm on the couch now. I got to a point.
The morning sex is the best, right? Because I just woke up at like 5 a.m.
I got this recliner. I sleep in a good portion of the times if I want TV on or the couch. Those are my 2 beds, basically.
Yo, guys, you know what I love though? I love this, and I've had this on a couple different shows, but the reason why I like these conversations, man, is because another stigma. I think people be uncomfortable to talk about this real shit, yo. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like melatonin is our best friend. I'm telling you.
Melatonin does not work on my stepson. He puts them like Flintstone gummies. He does not care.
If you put it in a kid's system at a very young age and can repetitively keep taking it, it doesn't do nothing.
Oh, yeah.
stepson has never
Everything,
had
everybody
it.
comes
We
to
tried to
adjusting to shit after a
introduce it.
while.
That little boy just got all the energy.
My
He
daughter
don't
cannot
care.
take melatonin for nothing. It don't do nothing for her.
Yeah, I don't even play with any of that bullshit. But yo, like I was saying,
Don't care.
I like the fact that people can speak honestly because, like I was saying, I think
Alcohol
that,
help women though.
Hold on.
Alcohol.
I think a big thing about, like, you know, conversations like this is, especially for men that I found, like, having these conversations, like, people be acting like they scared to admit it. You know what I'm saying? Like, people be acting like they're scared to say, "Hey, no, I'm smashing my bitch every day." No, I mean, realistically, and I've learned this shit over the years. You feel? There's some people who probably are, but there's a lot of people out there, I think, that are saying that they are. But realistically, you going through the same shit the rest of us is. We watching our show. We like, listen, baby, I want to watch this movie real quick. I'll come upstairs and like my baby right now. She wants to go and play Fortnite. That's her shit. That's me and her shit. We play Fortnite at the end of the night to wind down from the day. We'll lay together, watch our phones together, and just give each other a kiss, say our little prayers and stuff. And then we sleep. It's a wrap. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we be into each other. I can tell when she's on, because she'll be in here right now, like, "Hey, baby, what you doing?" Rubbing on me. I'm like, "Oh, fuck, she ready. She on it." So I know I read her. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, she, and then I'm like, "Oh, man, I gotta go put in that work."
I'm like a damn puppy. I'm like a damn puppy. When my wife gets in the mood, you don't second guess it. I'm sorry.
I just like the honesty, man. I just like the honesty because,
Hey,
like,
Don.
everybody ain't fucking all over the place, man.
Oh, Dre,
They really make you feel bad, like they are.
Yeah.
We're family now. I love you.
even if she's in a slight mood, I'm getting it a full thing. I'm
getting
not
it in.
hesitating at all. I'm not doing it.
You.
Men
Go to
say
lifestyle
if you take it, but I love it though. I love it, and I think being a more honest woman, my experience in life was either really good or really bad. So either I'll meet men who like take the fact that I'm a super honest woman and they take it for granted and like try to use it to their advantage. My thing is, Kanye says the most perfect line in the world to me at this song. He says, "Deception is the only felony. Never fuck nobody without telling me." Listen here. If you are a man that wants to cheat just because you enjoy cheating, you can't date a woman like me.
Yeah.
Because first of all, I'm very aware of your anatomy. If you come in my house and I touch you and I can feel that you just come tonight, just tell me. I'm gonna tell you because I want you. But if I touch you and I feel it and you lie to me, I'm gonna actually leave the house. And
how
that's
the fuck you feel if they came?
I've only had men that did not believe I was the woman that I was, or men who truly did and never wanted to leave. And most of the ones who never wanted to leave, I just got bored with them. And so I'm grateful that this is the first time that like I truly feel seen and like fully filled up. And it's also the first man that was fully comfortable with my sexuality. Like he's okay with the fact that like I have to have a relationship outside of the relationship that I have with him, but it does not decrease the validity of his relationship. Like I love him. That is the man of my dreams. Like I didn't even pause to continue working with y'all, not to acknowledge him when he came home. That is the man of my dreams, but he will never be a woman. And he understands that in a very real way that allows me to still be able to feel like a woman worthy of being a wife. Because as an adult entertainer and a woman who likes women, very quickly a man will tell me, "I will never make you my wife. I will never take you seriously because you let me fuck other women." And it's like, but you want to fuck other women. So you're mad at me because I don't want to argue with you about something you already want to do. And not every man does, but most men that I'm going to attract want to because you attract what you are. And I'm polyamorous. So if I attract you, I know that you don't just want me. I know that I'm not the person that fills your cup. I know that I am a reflection of you. I don't attract monogamous men. The one monogamous man I did attract, I told him, "You got to leave me alone, baby. I'm not good for you."
Yeah. Hey, listen. At least you're honest. I always respect honesty, man. That's the one biggest thing. I'll never respect anybody who flat out tells you what it is. If you choose to keep going after that, then that's your fucking stupid ass fault. Like, you know, I told you. You wanted to change me and shit, but you ain't work right. Well,
look here. Awesome. I just want to say awesome topic, awesome conversation. Thank you, Holly, for being so open though. But like like the topic says, man, can you be happy without sex? And everyone is different. Some people need it, some people, just can get it when they fit in. So yeah, that's that. All right, we're gonna switch gears here though. And we're gonna close it out with this current events. This news broke earlier this year, late last year, if I'm not mistaken, a little couple of weeks ago, in Jackson, Mississippi. I'm gonna play this video if you guys haven't heard about the news and give you guys' opinion, and we're gonna wrap it up here.
situation in Mississippi, Jackson, Mississippi to be exact. It's been revealed 215 bodies were buried in unmarked graves behind a state jail in Jackson, of course. Attorney Ben Crump is now calling for an investigation. Families of the dead reportedly had no idea until last month. Some of them, those grave sites were only labeled by a number and a metal rod.
Arthur, this started with Dexter Wade's case back in March, right? He was an individual who was hit by a police officer, and his family thought he was simply missing, but he was dead and buried, and no one notified them.
Well, the thing about it is that he had identification on him, Isaiah, and the medical examiner gave it to the lead detective, who said he called, didn't get an answer, and they didn't worry about doing anything else. What we're finding, Isaiah, is that Mississippi is Mississippi. It's an ugly Mississippi. And this is sad because now we have 6 other individuals that has been put into the same grave. And if you look at the video from when we first went to that site, buzzards were flying overhead. And we were trying to figure out, why are the buzzards flying overhead? But it's because they're putting them in shallow graves, and the only thing that they're putting them in is a body bag without embalming the bodies. So the stench from the bodies are drawing buzzards there. It's so inhumane for anybody to do anyone like that, Isaiah, is just horrible is what we can say. And that's not even a word that we should use in a situation like this. It's something that we haven't seen.
And what we're seeing here is over 200 people in this, what they consider a pauper's grave behind the county jail there. And what you guys are learning in your investigation is many of these families were never called, were never notified. Many of them still think their family members or thought their family members were simply missing, but they were dead and buried and never got a call from any investigators, any law enforcement officials or authorities in Jackson, Mississippi.
That's right. And one of the things that we faced being Mississippi is that they thought that we were playing the race card. We have white clients as well. There were white people that were buried the same way.
All right. This news broke several weeks ago where behind a Jackson, Mississippi police station, multiple bodies were buried in the back of, behind the jail. And like one of the guys was saying, man, a lot of these family members thought that all of them, or at least their family members, went missing, but they didn't go missing. Obviously, they had their identification and their wallets and their pockets and all this other stuff like that. And Jackson, Mississippi, of all places, man. What was you guys? I'm gonna go with Brian first.
Listen, I don't know if that's gonna be a good idea, bro. Listen, I'm not trying to be on some crazy shit, but I'm gonna say this shit right now, okay? I'm on your platform, Dre, and whoever's gonna hear this shit is gonna hear this. I'm gonna leave these ideas out here for y'all. I don't know if we're all in our 30s and shit like that or whatever. Yeah, I don't know if people are starting to understand that the world that you think we live in, that we've been taught since we were kids, we're fucking programmed like a computer from the time we are born to the time we fucking die. And there's only a certain amount of people who actually start to see through the programming. And the people who see through the program are the ones who are starting to notice shit that's weird. You know when you notice shit's weird, where it's like you walk into your house forever. You always walk in your house, and then one day you look at the wall and you're like, wait a minute, why is that piece cracked? Or why is that thing on? You're like, what the fuck is going on right here? And then some reality comes in, like, damn, shit happens when I'm not even noticing it, and the shit that I'm just living in all the time. And, I think now with surveillance on every fucking thing, with the ability to be able to connect with each other continuously at every fucking second in a day, we're getting a lot more of the openings and the understandings, whether it be the media, whether it be these fucking entertainment industries and the shit that's happening behind the scenes, whether it be Vince McMahon and the shit, whether it be all this shit that is continuously coming out into front that's been hidden in the back. We're learning that the shit that we think is honest and true is not, bro. And, things go on And we're meant to think the cops are the best friends, and everybody's the bad guys go to jail, and everything is just going to happen the way it's supposed to. But yo, it really is not. There's not order. There's not as much order as motherfuckers think there are, man. Shit is wild out here. And when you start to understand that, you understand why you got to protect your family. You understand why you got to stay home and do what the fuck you got to do. Why you got to not let your fucking daughter go get gas at 12 o'clock in the morning. Why you don't let your daughters and your baby girl go to Walmart at 10 o'clock at night. And if lock your fucking door when you in your house, lock your car. Pay attention to what and I'm dead fucking serious when I'm having this conversation right now, because I think it's time that everybody starts to understand we do not live in the fucking movies. We do not live in the world that's even been taught to niggas that this is what it is. Everybody's safe. Don't worry. It's just in the movies. Nah. We don't know what the fuck is going on out here. We don't know what the fuck is going on out here, bro. And I'm understanding that shit more than I've ever understood it in my life, in my fucking life. We don't know what's going on out here. I don't trust shit. I don't trust the fucking government. I don't trust police. I don't trust shit. I try my best not to need nothing. I don't trust doctors. I don't trust shit. I don't trust shit. I don't trust shit. I'll be real. So when I see this story, I'm just like, yep, another fucking story.
Yeah.
Oh, you surprised? I'm not surprised. It's always something.
Exactly. I was just about to say that. I was going to say, my only thing to say as a result of this is become sovereign. I am learning to sew. I crochet.
Bruh.
I am gardening. I am going to only eat what I grow and wear what I sew. Let me tell you something. This place is ridiculous. The movie Stepford Wives came out in 2004. And we think that we are just now being introduced to AI. This movie depicted a town full of artificial intelligence women that were all programmed by head people in some of our predominant companies that we still utilize. Google, AOL.
I'm telling you, bro.
Those men that were in that
crazy, yo.
around Nicole Kidman were heads of companies that we still utilize to this day. And we want to say in 2024 that we're just experimenting with AI. And a movie like The Stepford Wives came out in 2004.
Preach,
this world is ridiculous.
Bro,
Make
crazy.
your home, your village, your hub something that you only have to leave if you want to. That's it.
Get that yo, what she just said. I'm sorry, and I'm sorry to say it like that. I'm sorry if I'm bursting some people. I live my life. Yo, I live my life like that. Yo, ask my fucking wife when's the last time she went to the store. On some real shit. And I'm not saying she a slave or a capture. Ask my baby when the last time she had to go to the store. Ask my baby when the last time she pumped her own fucking gas.
I don't leave the house.
Never. My kids in the fucking house, they safe when they're going out. I know where they are, I know what they're doing. We got Life 360 on our phones. Every fucking thing. I got 6 fucking cameras in my house. Yo, I don't play no fucking games. I got a gun on my everywhere I fucking turn. Yo, and you think anything worries me? Nah. You know what worries me? The fucking planet worries me, yo.
My 8-year-old knows where the guns are in this house. My 8-year-old knows how to protect this house.
It's real. It's real out here, bro.
It is real out here.
Real out here.
It's crazy that we got to be like that, but it is. That's what it is, though. Warren?
Hey, I think they said it perfectly. I mean, like I said this countless times, man. When I went into that courtroom and I got judged just basically off of everything I was on, right. And I mean. And like what y'all were sitting here saying, like, hey, I don't ever like people gloating about me, but when you say stuff like that and you see that character and you go in that courtroom and they tell you, hey, you are a great person, but you are not built to be a father, that hurts you. And that makes you question. And that's when I literally went back and second guessed, like, all right, because I used to believe everything that used to be on TV. So I think anybody in the 90s, you believed what was on TV. And you see cops were always the good guys. Criminals are always the bad. I visually experienced that and I went, this is BS. The court system, everything, it's bullshit. Like, you could ask my wife how many times I go to a hospital. I cannot trust somebody that literally goes, oh, take this medicine, you'll be better in 3 days. how? So this can hurt me in the long run because guess what? I'm putting contamination shit in my body to temporarily cure me. That's going to hurt me in the longest run.
Put the disease in so the disease can be.
I don't take painkillers. I don't take. I used to joke about when I was doing a cop test, whatever. When I was trying to be a cop in the past,
I did too. I told them in Atlanta. I tried to be a cop.
I told them flat out. I joked about it. I said I'm afraid to take Tylenol. I don't take anything because I don't believe in this stuff. I try to tell my wife all the time, and I know my mom, they have to live off of medicine. My mom has to live off medicine because she literally has metal rods from freaking neck all the way down to her spine. Like my mom is based off of medicine or she's dead. And I've always been trying to research constant things, how my mom.
I was going to say, there's an herb for her.
How my mom can get off of that stuff, but my mom's so accustomed to the medicine, she believes it instantly, and I can't just tell my mom, hey, take it off, whatever. Yeah. I constantly sit here and say all the time, man, you need to make your own damn choices of how you're going to make this life. We second guess a lot of things now. We second guess a lot of things now because guess what? I have a little 5-year-old in there. I have an 11-year-old that's almost where Brian is, maybe a little bit 2 more hours outside of that. I constantly have to go, what's the best interest in my kids? Mm-hmm. My son, being a special needs son, he looks at everything in a happy perspective way, what's right from right, what's wrong from wrong. And these kids are being treated and established that, hey, hatred, fight is okay. Oh, I need to trend on social media. I got to do something obnoxious. And it's just like, was that worth being that 7 million views just so you could go and get yourself in a ruined situation and shit like that? Like people look at so many viewpoints of, oh, what can I do to get visual on me? And I love what Brian was talking about. And I love what Harley was talking about, growing your own food. I have changed so much shit this year because I've went through 13 concussions in 5 years. I have went through countless neck injuries. You want to know what I did to cure myself? I didn't go to the doctor and get surgery. I didn't go to do these things. I cured my damn self. I took care of myself. I made it to where I could establish my health at a controlling standpoint, put better food in my body at times. Brian thinks I'm crazy. I literally do intermittent fasting. I eat 2 meals a day.
I think you're crazy. Shit, I was doing it before I was fat, nigga.
I thought you told me I was crazy when I said I was at 3 o'clock.
Fucking 3 days a week. I used to fast 3 days a week.
I don't eat after 3 o'clock. 3 o'clock is when I put my first meal in my body.
I used to be a beast, bro.
We live on a planet that grows its own food. We do not need medicine.
No, I tell people consistently.
Yo, listen, hold on, Harley. I want to say that. I want to say this.
2 meals a day.
Because even with Warren's situation, like Warren, like I was just saying, like I know you, I know you, bro. Like I know you, like everything that you've shown me and what I've seen from you since I've known you. Like with your son, like I don't want to take anything away from anybody like who has to go to the hospital, has to deal with health concerns and stuff like that. Because it's still something it's still something that has to be done for people. You know what I'm saying? Your mom who has to go through it, your son who has to go through it. There's nobody like, hey, like, oh, what the fuck are you doing going there? No, of course you're going there, man. It's still specialists and stuff that know what they're doing and is doing the best they can and damn for sure
on the video
better than what you fucking can do or whatever.
Commented on the video just now.
Oh,
the laughing faces.
Yeah, whatever. But it's like at the same time, it's like you are doing whatever you're supposed to be doing or trying your best to do and what you're given. But like you're saying, like what Harley's saying, growing your own food and trying to support yourself as much as you possibly can.
A lot of shit
that shit is important.
Food.
It's important because motherfuckers really think that they out here getting the best treatment in the planet. If you get hit by a car, you better take your fucking ass to the hospital. Yeah. There's no doubt about it. But I'm saying, if you get a cough and you're going to go to the doctor and let them fucking cover it all the time, yeah, then you're fucking your life up, man. You fucking your life up.
Also, Warren, I have a friend who is literally an herbalist. So she makes her own butter. I don't put anything on my skin but her butter, and she makes oils both for my locks and for my skin. I just messaged her about your mother, and if she gives me an herbal blend, I'm gonna get your information from Dre, and I'll just send it to her. I don't know.
Okay.
It might not be without the medicine. It might give her.
I mean, my mom's had seizures and stuff. I've tried to get her on, CBDs and shit like that. It's just my mom's very old school. She's already been in and out of a hospital.
We're gonna give her a cute little bottle of oil that's gonna look so cute. She's gonna be like, "What's this?" And we gonna. I'm gonna get your information from Dre. I want to just send it, and she might still take her medicine, but we gotta try it.
Yeah, but I mean, I think working at a warehouse. God, I hope that they don't watch this and fire me. I've seen what shit goes in meat, and I've seen stuff that people talk about, and I've actually, and I look at a transcript. Sometimes we're short on our supply at times with meat and stuff now. So guess what? They're having to make a different thing to get you that supply in the store. Like, I have learned so much countless things because I used to live off of chicken. People laugh at me. I don't really eat steak. For some weird reason, I'm just not a big fan of it. I'm just not a big fan of red meat and stuff like that. And I'm constantly
lucky you not.
And then I
love a steak, nigga.
I got friends that go, "Hey man, I got such and such in my stomach and stuff like that." I'm just like, well, you kind of got to watch what you're eating or something like that. That medium rare or shit like that. It's probably not the best thing for you at times, but there's really no such thing as a real diet anymore. There's no such thing as a real thing that's super healthy for you. It's just a matter of how you indulge these things. If you do so much, you misuse it, guess what? The shit's going to be bad for you. But it's like, it's your choice. That's your choice. Good or bad path. It's on you.
It's a whole lot of, bad stuff out here that, and a whole lot of stuff.
That's like, were they locked up? Were they locked up? Or were they just randomly just took it?
Bruh. That's the prison in the country. That's a prison in the country. I'm sorry to cut you off.
That's what I'm asking. I was just curious on that.
No. I'm just saying, Warren. I'm just saying, bro. And I'm not a fucking expert on nothing. I'm gonna be honest with you. It's a prison in the country. And I guarantee you, it's some shit that happens. And them motherfuckers got a record book probably
with
Mississippi, with pen and paper, and we got computers and shit. And they write that shit down. What's that? John Doe. Fuck him. Oh, he fell. Fuck him. Yeah. Missing person. But that's the thing that people and I'm sorry, Drew, I don't even know if this was the way you thought this topic was gonna go, but it's shit like this shows you just because people will watch that news report and say, "Oh, well, how is that possible?" It's easy. You think that everybody in the planet that goes missing, there's a fucking giant search party? There's motherfuckers who are missing forever. Nobody even thought to look for this motherfucker, man. Their mom said, "Damn, I ain't seen Johnny in fucking 10 years." And Johnny's mom went to the well, when we see it, we'll file the report. You think that it's like the movies, bro. You think that it's like this. But when real shit happens, you literally go through a process where cops will tell you to your fucking face, there's not much we can do. What the fuck do you think we're gonna do? Get Iron Man? Like, nah, niggas ain't fucking doing shit. That's really how it is in this world, yo. And you don't learn that until shit hits the fan. And when shit hits the fan and you ain't prepared and you just think everybody going to ask them motherfuckers when somebody robbing their house and they on the fucking phone with 911 and 911 is sitting there, "Well, what are you wearing? And well, what do you got on? Well, tell me about your dog." Motherfucker, I'm getting robbed. And they're like, "Well, we got somebody coming." That's it.
I think the funny thing is, you dial 911, you don't respond. They're a lot quicker, which is so funny to me. They're a lot quicker to get to the scene.
The world is bullshit.
You're right. That's what I was alluding to right there. The world is some bullshit, and a lot of shit that we believe or was taught that when we was young is completely, some bullshit, and it's probably more than likely totally false though. But the conversation was amazing, man, for real. Here on Beyond 1130, this week's episode, man. You guys have any other things you guys want to,
Yeah, Dre gonna leave us on a high note, nigga. Like, you gotta bring us back down.
That's right.
Me and Brian got the mark on camera in a minute.
That's what I say.
He's the smoothest one. He's the smoothest one, bro. Dre is
Dre is the man,
I
yo.
love it.
Hey,
Nothing-
Warren, you
it,
missed
bro.
it. Warren, you missed it, bro. Dre was going
Oh,
off.
I saw the clip.
bro.
I was
Nothing
crying,
is more
laughing, watching
anchoring
it
than
last
Dre
night.
being like, "Hey guys, I know
Bro,
everybody."
when he said that shit
out.
about The Rock, I was just
Yeah,
like, "There's the Dre we
I was
needed."
crying,
There's
yo.
the Dre.
I was like Dre going in, yo.
I just see
gotta find
Brian's
this clip.
look.
I've
I'm just
never
like,
seen Dre
yeah.
elevated.
Yo, I posted it. We was on
Okay, I gotta follow
this
you, Brian,
clip.
because I've never seen Dre elevated. Because I feel like nothing is more anchoring than Dre being like, "I'm glad everybody's
Bro.
screaming to the top of
Dre,
their lungs."
cool as shit. Yeah.
Shit talks.
Harley, I want
season.
to say real quick. I'm sorry. I want to say, we got to chat. We got to chat that we're all in with a whole
I
bunch
like
of
that
podcasters and
perspective. That was
stuff.
good. That was
I would
good.
love to have you in the chat as well, yo. If you don't mind, I'm gonna add you in there as well.
Yeah,
And,
no, add me.
yeah, we
and
do
you guys
different shows. A whole bunch of people do different shows. I mean, I like your personality, your perspective. I think you'd be great on a lot of shows.
I'm glad
I
we got
love that.
warmed up from the last show to come
your
in
last
here.
laugh. I'm gonna lose, but I want to come and be
For
foolish.
real. Yeah.
Oh,
We
I
definitely
won't
have
be
you
able
on,
to
yo.
win that.
Hey, this was awesome, man. For real. Like I said, anybody else, you have anything you
Hey,
want to
It's
say?
been great. It's been great. I love this shit.
Hey, I got an episode
Warren?
tomorrow with Max Dawson, independent pro wrestler from 6 years, was trained by Kevin Blizzard, and of course, one of the Funks. So he's gonna be on tomorrow. We're gonna have some fun times talking about him, how he got into wrestling, how his transition from being in a stable environment to just going to travel, and what was the differences of that. And obviously, building a brand, and of course, the upcoming events that he's got coming up, aka he's facing me in the next upcoming show. Spoiler alert. So it's just going to be an interesting chat. So come on and enjoy.
Nice.
Cool.
Got the Rumble, baby.
Yeah, we got the Rumble, bro. Listen, the Rumble's on Saturday. I mean, I hope you guys
Finish.
really enjoyed commission.
I'm just going to hype you up. I'm just going to say it right now. Cody Rhodes all day. Okay.
There you go.
I just want you to just get mad just
Cody
because I
all
saw
day.
the episode. You hating on my damn cover.
Yeah, listen, bro. Cody on there.
Why you
40
wanted me on the
fucking times.
episode? I know
Hey,
that's why.
Dre, Cody in the audience, Cody in the back room, Cody giving interview,
Bro,
Cody on
I was
commentary.
laughing. I was laughing on that clip. I'm just crying, laughing. I was like, bro, Brian would want to eat my ass alive sitting
I'm
there trying to
telling
talk
you,
about
yo.
this shit, bro.
We gonna definitely talk more wrestling Saturday night. Harley,
Yes.
you have anything you want
Can't
to say or anything?
Not really. So my mom and I, we have a crafting company. That's why I'm always sitting here with this little pretty crochet hat behind me. I don't only do hats. I do blankets, all forms of handmade great things. We will be back open February 2nd. It's named after my big sister who passed away. The company's name is Ganelle's Crafts. Other than that, if you guys want to, have somebody that's a fool around, always invite me out to your spaces. I don't know much about wrestling, so please don't invite me there because all I'm gonna do is laugh and just know what people look like, and that's probably not what y'all looking to talk about. So
You would have a kick out of my character then, that's for sure.
yeah, I'm like, don't invite me
would.
there. I'm like, oh my god, look at his arms. Like I'll be worried about the wrong thing when I watch wrestling. So whatever. But other than that, let me. Oh my gosh! I love it. See, that's what I'm talking about. I love the costumes, but I never know what's going on for real. It's the same thing.
When you see something like that, you would see it on a stripper pole. So don't even sit there and hesitate on that.
There you go.
I'm a stripper, so well, former.
new
I don't
gimmick.
dance anymore. I'm proud of myself. Well, not outside of OnlyFans, but other than that, I have nothing crazy going on.
Hey, listen,
Uh-oh.
live your
I
life.
like it.
Hey,
Live that life.
I do.
Thank you,
I feel like
Harley.
I have to take advantage of not having kids because all of my friends have kids.
There you go.
Hey, that's what's up, Harley. Once again, thank you for coming back on the show here. Beyond 11:30. I appreciate you so much, Brian. I mean, anytime, Brian.
Oh, me? Yeah. Listen, bro. Listen, shit. I've been listen. This bottle was to the top. This motherfucker. You see what this motherfucker at now? I've had a good time. I had a good time, yo.
I love it.
Yeah, this is my second show tonight. So
This
I
show
know
tonight?
You know when Brian
go.
will instantly plug in his stuff right off the rip, he's in a mood because Brian's constantly promoting.
I'm on
and
it.
I love that
Fucking
about
on
him.
it. Yeah.
So that was
But,
funny. He's just like, huh? Oh, it's my
Yeah.
turn?
Yeah, guys, check it out. I know if you saw the last laugh challenge last week, it was a little rough.
Good stuff.
We didn't get that many laughs, but we definitely got another one coming up. I'm gonna have, even Warren. Yeah, Warren, you definitely invited,
I gotta
man.
try. I gotta get in there.
And if you want to laugh, you want to try to not laugh, definitely come. I'll let you know exactly when the next one is. But Dre, listen, I literally love this talk, man. I love this conversation. It's great to release, man. It's great to just kind of get yourself out there, even with the graves and stuff. It was nice just kind of getting. There's a lot of shit I've been really wanting to get out lately, bro, because it's like it's so much going on right now. The release is necessary. I have a great life at home and I love my family, but it's just like you constantly are flicking and switching and sliding and shit, and we're promoting and shit. But the Beeline Entertainment LLC, man, we back full throttle, man. It's been amazing, having a lot of fun, meeting new people and having these great fucking conversations. Commission is back, straight through the ropes. We had a little hiccup this week because everybody was sick or had something going. But listen, me and Dre had a great episode.
Annabelle,
the Royal Rumbles and everything. But we'll be back to talk on Saturday night about the Royal Rumble situation. I cannot wait until Saturday, bro.
Please not see
I
him.
cannot wait.
I hope he gets hurt. I hope he gets hurt. I don't ever say that. I hope he gets hurt.
Don't say that, Joe Warren. Don't say that. You can't wish that, nigga.
Hey, yo. This was awesome for real, man. Once again, appreciate everyone for coming on. My guy Brian, Warren, and the lovely Harley. Once again, this was great. All the links will be down below right after this live. And to everyone podcast, definitely tune in. Like the guys were saying, Talk Pro Wrestling returns this Saturday following the Royal Rumble and Beyond 11:30 episode 3. We'll be back here next Thursday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So come join the chat, you guys. Man, it's been great. I hear your daughter in the background. I think my son then fell asleep because he was going crazy before we hopped on. So, man, great one. Other than that, man, everyone, man, this is it. Brother, wrap up the show. Stay safe, stay blessed, man. Give all the glory to God. Want to do it for myself, Dre, aka Dre on Wheels, Brian B, Harley, my guy Warren Marlowe. Until next time, you guys, man, we out.
Have a great night, guys.
Right.